Francis Bacon, the influential philosopher of the Elizabethan era, was not just known for his ideas, but also for his unorthodox scientific experiments. In one particularly bizarre endeavor, Bacon decided to test the effects of cold on preservation. Bacon's experiment involved plucking the feathers off a chicken, stuffing it with snow, and then watching to see if the cold temperatures would prevent the meat from spoiling. While this may seem like the work of a mad scientist, Bacon was genuinely curious about the potential applications of refrigeration in preserving food.
Leonardo da Vinci, the Renaissance man himself, wasn't just an artist but also a self-proclaimed master of procrastination. Legend has it that he once spent a whole year perfecting the Mona Lisa's smile because, who needs deadlines when you're busy perfecting enigmatic grins? While most of us struggle to keep up with one job, Da Vinci juggled so many projects at once that even multitasking apps would have thrown in the towel. From painting masterpieces to dissecting corpses, yep, he was into that, designing futuristic inventions and pondering the mysteries of the universe, his to-do list made ours look like a grocery list. Did you know that?
Medieval nuns were unexpected entrepreneurs, excelling in ale-making, manuscript production, trade and education. Brewster nuns crafted sought-after ales. Manuscripts created by skilled nun scribes attracted wealthy patrons. Nunneries ran schools, collecting fees for education, and extensive agricultural activities provided a steady income. In combining spirituality with economic acumen, these enterprising women left an enduring legacy as medieval businesswomen. Did you know that the name Super Bowl was conceived in an eccentric brainstorming session where sports executive Lamar Hunt drew inspiration from his children's play with a Super Bowl? Despite initial skepticism, Hunt's vision for an ultimate football championship, dubbed the Super Bowl, materialized. The inaugural game in 1967 featured the Green Bay Packers and the Kansas City Chiefs, marking the birth of a spectacular sporting event born from the bouncing energy of a children's toy and Lamar Hunt's visionary thinking. In 1911, the eccentric town of Cupid's Hollow made history by introducing the world's first reverse proposal day on Valentine's Day. During this peculiar celebration, women took the initiative to propose to men, accompanied by extravagant displays of affection, creative performances, and even parades. This quirky tradition gained temporary global popularity, creating a unique chapter in the history of Valentine's Day celebrations.
Forget Milan Fashion Week. Gladiators were the original trendsetters, strutting into the arena wearing flashy armor and accessorizing with swords and shields. Because nothing says fashion forward like battling to the death in the latest metal ensemble. Gladiators didn't just fight for glory, they also had to watch their waistlines. They followed a strict diet of raw meat and protein shakes to maintain their chiseled physiques. Who needs carbs when you're too busy dodging lions? Gladiatorial training was no walk in the park. It was more like a Rocky-style montage on steroids. From lifting heavy weights to wrestling lions, gladiators endured grueling workouts to prepare for their big day in the arena. Because nothing says peak physical condition like bench-pressing chariots.
Genghis Khan's final resting place is one of the greatest mysteries in history. After Genghis Khan's death in 1227, his body was returned to Mongolia for burial. To keep the location of his tomb a secret, his loyal followers reportedly killed anyone who witnessed the procession to his burial site. After the tomb was completed, the slaves and soldiers who constructed it were also killed to ensure its secrecy. To this day, the exact location of Genghis Khan's tomb remains unknown. It was intentionally hidden in the vast Mongolian landscape, buried deep underground or disguised as a natural formation. The Muramasa curse is a legend associated with swords crafted by the Japanese swordsmith Muramasa Sengo during the Muromachi period. Muramasa's swords were not only exceptionally sharp, but also carried a malevolent spirit that influenced the behavior of those who wielded them. It was believed that the blades instilled an insatiable bloodlust and drove their owners to acts of violence and aggression. Tokugawa Ieyasu, the founder of the Tokugawa shogunate, declared Muramasa swords illegal due to their perceived malevolent influence. Ieyasu, after witnessing the destructive power of a Muramasa blade firsthand, banned the swords from his service and forbade their possession by his samurai. In their quest for agricultural innovation, the Aztecs ingeniously created chinampas, artificial floating gardens on Lake Texcoco. To achieve this remarkable feat, they constructed rafts made of woven reeds, which were then anchored to the lakebed with the help of wooden stakes. Layering mud, sediment, and vegetation on these rafts formed fertile artificial islands where the Aztecs cultivated crops with unparalleled efficiency. This innovative agricultural technique not only sustained their burgeoning population, but also showcased their resourcefulness in adapting to the challenging terrain of the ancient Mexican landscape. In the 17th century kingdom of Muclavia, King Bovinus Numine, fueled by an unusual obsession with cows, believed himself to be a divine blend of man and bovine. His reign transformed the royal court into a surreal bovine spectacle, with courtiers grazing alongside him in cow costumes. The kingdom's wealth was measured in dairy products, and diplomats engaged in talks while donning cow attire. King Bovinus Numine's reign left a legacy of laughter, bewildered diplomats, and a kingdom that momentarily embraced the rule of their benevolent bovine monarch.